Welcome to the SCTS 4.0 Train the Trainer Training Day 2. This is Faye Colley with the Office of Educator Effectiveness and Leadership Development. This video must be watched prior to the Train the Trainer Training virtual overview of Evaluator Training Day 3, slides 1 through 15. This slide is a reminder of what your Day 3 SCTS 4.0 Evaluator Training objectives are. Make sure to go over your objectives with your participants. This slide is a reminder of the materials you will need to prepare for your face-to-face SCTS 4.0 Evaluator Training. Note that materials and some activities may be slightly different for your SCTS 4.0 training conducted virtually. Districts have been given guidelines by our office on how to train virtually, and virtual trainings go through an approval process with our office. Respond to these questions in your Google Docs participant packet and be ready to share during our debrief later today. Slide. We want you to know that our office wants to help you build your capacity as SCTS 4.0 Evaluator Trainer. For this slide, think about the bullets, but don't worry about writing a written response. Here are some inter-rater reliability activities you can do in your district. Ask yourself, what might be other ways to build IRR among your team? Here are some evaluation considerations we would like you to be thinking as trainers. Are evaluators prepared to evaluate? Do they have the skill to observe, script, categorize, rate, and hold pre- and post-conferences? Do they understand the rubric? Do they understand it is holistic and not a checklist? Do classroom-based teachers understand how they will be evaluated? Have you given teachers an overview of the SCTS 4.0 evaluation? Are you orienting educators with their evaluation tool? Do they understand the rubric? How does your school continue to roll out the understanding of the SCTS 4.0 rubric? How are you utilizing PLCs and team meetings to further understanding? Lastly, how can you use learning walkthroughs to help grow teacher effectiveness? For this slide, we want to provide a recap of the certification process so you can review this with your SCTS 4.0 Evaluator Training participants. We want to emphasize that an educator cannot be a classroom-based teacher evaluator without first successfully completing the SCTS 4.0 3-day evaluator training. Educators need to be on continuing GBE level and recommended by a school or district administrator to attend the SCTS 4.0 3-day evaluator training. Once your participants complete the SCTS 4.0 3-day evaluator training, they need to take the evaluator test at www.scadeptsupport.org. The test has two parts. First, viewing a lesson, then scoring it. They can score off by 1 point as many times, but they can only be off scoring by 2 points twice. For next part, it will be post-conference questions. There'll be 8 questions and they need to get at least 6 correct. If the educator fails the SETS 4.0 evaluator test twice, they need to take a refresher course at the district. Our office is no longer offering SETS 4.0 refresher courses. Once an educator passes, the SETS 4.0 evaluator credential is valid for 3 years. A reminder will be sent to certified evaluators 90, 60, and 30 days prior to their SETS 4.0 evaluator credentials expiration. They must keep their email accounts current by contacting support@niet.org. When recertifying, the certified evaluator doesn't need to take another SETS 4.0 3-day evaluator training. Let's go over the NIET SC ADEPT Portal upload process and some tips to help you help your participants on how to use this portal. So let's go over quickly how to upload your SETS 4.0 evaluator participants into the NIET SC ADEPT Portal. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to open up a browser and go to scadeptsupport.org. I'm going to log in. Once you log in, since you are now trainer of trainers, you can access trainers document library. Proceed to uploading users to site info folder and click on directions for how to fill out SE certification import file for district or school. You'll see that it's downloading on the corner. And then, of course, you need to download the actual import file. I'll open the import file. As well as the directions that I downloaded. I'm going to do my best to make both documents fit. Okay. So according to the directions, columns A, B, C, those are very straightforward. You definitely want to use the school email address for your educators. Scrolling some down here, column E is asking for an organization. So this one has to be South Carolina. Let me adjust it a little bit. So that you can see. Okay. Column F, you just enter your district. G is also entering the school of the participant. H is the group. So for that group, you have to think about the semester. So are you training in the fall, spring, or summer? For the role, you would have to pick for your participants teacher evaluator. And then for the school year, you just type in the academic year that you conducted the training. Save your file, and whenever you're done, you have to email it at support@niet.org. Again, email it to support@niet.org. NIET.org. I will return to NIET's website. This time, I would like to show you that as the trainer, again, you have access to the trainer's document library, and you have all the materials that you need to train your educators to become evaluators. So inside the Train the Trainer folder, you will see the materials to use for Day 1 Evaluator training. You have the videos. You also have the actual Evaluator Trainer manual, which has the tips for trainers. The slides also have notes. Now, if you were to guide your participants who are new users to the NIET SC ADEPT Portal, they'll only be able to access the South Carolina documents. They may not be ready to take the test yet, so they may want to review. Let them know they can access these documents, and they can click on the SE 4.0 3-day evaluator training resources. They'll also have access to the material for each of the trainings, such as the videos, and also a PDF version of the PowerPoint. The difference is that these do not have the trainer's notes. When your participant is ready to take the test, ask them to click on the online certification. When they get to that, they will see that they can begin to take the test. When they successfully complete the evaluator test, they will see on the history a place where they could print a copy of their certification. And so this is it for your overview of the upload of participants inside the NIET SC ADEPT Portal, as well as a quick overview on how to instruct your participants to use this system.